this evening. I'm not a mic person. I'm from the school from Queens, and I want to thank you very much for giving us Eid. It wasn't the day, but you gave us the Friday. Thank you so much. My first question to you is, Muharram will be starting on the 27th of this month, and we have a big parking problem in our mosque in Al-Khoi. So I would like to ask you if you can help us with the parking in Jamaica Hospital. Yes, for 10 days, and there's no parking.
And you need to park for those 10 days?
Yes.
And you've identified a location in Jamaica
Hospital.
And it's a parking lot?
Yes, we are from Al-Khoi Foundation in Queens. And we would really like if you could help us with the parking. And we would also like you to visit our mosque.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do one or two things. All right. That's the in Queens is 103rd precinct. Is that the one? What precinct is that? 107. 106. 103. Yes. 103. So let's do this, Commissioner Kreisman. Let's see the doability of getting the space that she's talking about, Jamaica Hospital space. I don't know what they're using it for, but if anything, let's coordinate to, if we need to close down the street for them to park in the street in front of the mosque?
Yes, and on the side street.
So whatever we need to do to get you to parking, we're going to do. So we need to go there and do an analysis and see how. What time is the program?
It started on the 27th and it goes on for the first 10 days.
And so is it a
evening time?
Evening time.
Evening time.
Yes, and the 10th of Ashura is all day, started from 9 in the morning and goes on finish around 9 in the night.
And so you need the parking at what time?
Yes.
What time? What time?
We need it in the evening, from about 5 o'clock onward.
Okay. Okay, so
9 days and the 10 days we need it from 9 o'clock in the morning until around 10 in the evening.
And what street is this on?
Khoi Foundation, I think 89
I'm sorry?
89.
I'm good. So it's a pleasure to have you here in the Pakistani community. So basically my question is that most of the high schools or middle schools in Brooklyn or all over New York does not give us halal food for lunch. So is there like a possibility we could get halal food so we could eat the halal food in the meat over there?
Very nice. Very nice.
I know we have two things come up. One, we have made halal food available in schools. DOE, can you talk to me about that? How much? And second, the most important thing that we're looking at is that just as we acknowledge other food from other communities, you should be able to have your own system of halal food. You should be able to make sure it's certified and not just someone just putting a sticker on it saying it's halal food. There are real procedures in place to, when you're dealing with other communities and certifying their food, we need to do that same for halal food as well. But
I would like to say a great word for Rohil. He's doing a great job and he's bringing, of course, you being here among us is a great deal. So thank you very much, Rohil, for your great services to the community. And my relation is with the Pakistani television network called ALY News. I am Asif Mal. And my question is for safety and community relations. So as safety remains a top concern across New York City, how is your office working with Pakistani American leaders to build a stronger police community trust while addressing the rising issue of hate crimes or vice incidents?
And so we have witnessed an increase in hate crime in the Muslim community and the Jewish community, and I think it's a slight tick in the LGBTQ plus communities. And so we're seeing an increase in hate crime, and that's why we are not allowing just the downplaying of hate crime. If it's a hate crime, we're going to investigate it. We're not going to try to fudge the numbers. We're going to say, let's investigate it, and it is what it is. Second, It is imperative that all of our prosecutor's office, I believe, should have a no plea bargain for hate crime. You commit a hate crime, we're not going to drop it down to a harassment and let people get away with it. We should have a no plea bargain for hate crime, and I just need everybody's voice to do that. But when it comes down to public safety, there was a great brother that was in this community, Sammy. He wanted to do a Muslim security patrol. When I was borough president at the time, he got a lot of pushback for it. Some of the older members here will remember when he tried to do it. And we helped him get the vehicles, help him get the support that he needed to make sure we had a Muslim patrol. One way to keep the city safe is to make sure that put in place a security like other communities, the Sellers, Shalom Society, all of these communities, the men have stepped up and said we want to protect our community in collaboration with the police department. We had a great police department, community affairs, but there's nothing stopping for that extra layer. You know your community, you know how to police your community, and to be honest, men should not want the police in their communities only. They should take the role of protecting the children and families of the community, and that is one way to make sure we keep our city safe. So I want to encourage you to create a real security patrol. I will bring in security patrol, volunteer security patrols from other communities to sit down and assist you in the process. But there's no reason we don't have a Pakistani security patrol, a Muslim security patrol. There's no reason it doesn't exist. No one is going to be more invested in protecting the children and families of their community than the people that live in that community.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, for coming and joining us at this beautiful event. Before going to my question, my name is Khalid and I'm representing the Hebrew Society of North America. It's a Christian community society based out of Brooklyn. We're all over, having like 500-600 members here. Before again going to my question, I served the country. I was almost retired, or close to retirement, because I passed my NYPD test back in 2003. But then I went to the military and served with them for about 4 years and became a language instructor with them and all that. And my son now is fulfilling my dream. I serve the country and he is serving the city. So now I'll come to the question. What my question is very simple, straightforward. What will your administration do for the South Asian community and their leadership roles in the city agencies or city jobs such as the NYPD, FDNY, DOE, or any other of those agencies, or MTA for that matter? What are your plans for that, for the South Asian community and the leadership roles?
That might seem to work.
I think there's nothing more significant than to see your son, becoming a member of the law enforcement community. I think it's important. And in city government, we have about, I'm sorry, Commissioner Molina, how many
jobs we have open now?
19,000.
We have 19,000 jobs open.
in the city?
19,000 jobs.
This is such an opportunity. Such an opportunity. In every area you can think about. If you want to get the services that you deserve and you're fighting for, because the power of a community is the ability to get the resources out of agencies. So let's do what you did. Encourage your son to go in law enforcement.
We need and continue to need more Muslim officers, more Pakistani officers. I think your numbers are up to what, 700 now?
775.
775. That's a long way from where I was. But instead of 775, we have 35,000 officers. Why can't we turn that into 7,000? 7,000.
Good job. 20-year retirement. So encouraged to go into Department of Corrections, encouraged to go into Department of Sanitation, encouraged to be school safety officers, then encouraged to take the exams so that we can do the discretionary hirings. But also, when you look at my administration, we had the first East Indian deputy mayor, first Dominican deputy mayor, first Filipino deputy mayor, first Trinidadian deputy mayor, the first Korean to be in charge of small business services. You know, so breaking down barriers is what I do, and the city government should reflect the people. But we need them to get in. We should not have 19,000 jobs that are available. So have a hiring hall and invite the community leaders and community residents to the hiring hall. We'll bring out all the agencies. And all you have to do is bring the young people and those who want to change jobs. These are good jobs, city service jobs, and we should encourage people to get in. That's how we make sure they move up through the ranks, by being in the department. You know, I'm sitting next to a inspector who came in and continued to excel, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be moving even further before I get the heck out of here. You know?
Mayor, due respect, we facing parking problem everywhere because of the lot of people have own house and they cover the illegal parking, and we have everyday lot of problems. So that maybe building departments have the problem, so they do not tell them to be that is not your legally parking. So they're not gonna be fine them. They're not talking about this issue because this is big problem for everywhere.
मेरे बेटे को याद रखा और मेयर साहब का मैं शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ कि उन्होंने उन्हें जो लाइन अप
He wants to thank the mayor for getting his son the line of duty that he deserved. He's the father of Adib Fayaz, and he's appreciated for all the work that has done. With him throughout the whole process, and he did not ask Raheel Khalid for doing any of those things. He stood by himself with the father of Adib Fayaz to get him the justice that he deserved.
मेरा बेटी का बच्चा है, वो 8 साल का है। वो फादर डे पर सुबह उठा तो रो कर चिल्ला रहा था कि मैं किसको फूल दूंगा, मेरा फादर तो है नहीं है। इसको माँ ने बोला कि अपने दादा को दे और उसके भाई को दे फूल। तो मैं कहता हूँ कि पुलिस ऑफिसर को इन क्या किया है इन्होंने कि किसी कोई आगे से कोई प्रोटेक्ट करें पुलिस ऑफिसर को, कोई ऐसे उसका बच्चा ना रोए। 8 साल का बच्चा आज भी रो रहा है।
So he wants to know, after the passing of his son also had a few kids. One of the kids was 8 years old. He woke up on Father's Day and he wanted to give flowers to his father. And he was asking his mother, since I have no father, who do I present the flowers to? So his mother asked him to give the flowers to the grandfather and also the uncle. He wants to know what is the procedure in place to prevent from future police officers' sons or kids to miss their fathers in the line duty.
Listen, our hearts go out to you. You are not alone. You have an entire family. And that's one thing about law enforcement. Law enforcement continues to stand with families. And we are going to make sure those children never again have to ask that question. We will be there. This organization and group, they came to me, they shared with me what happened to your son. And I promised them that day we would get him the line of duty designation that he deserved so his family would not have to go without. There was an attempt not to give him that line of duty, which is so important for the family to be able to provide for themselves. But we cannot pay you enough for the sacrifice your family made with your son dying in the line of duty in the manner in which he did. And by apprehending the person responsible and ensuring that he was held accountable for it is our way of saying how much your son meant to us and how much your family means to us at the same time. We're so sorry, and tomorrow, if you give me your number, I'm going to call his children and tell them that they will always be children to me in my heart all the time.
He sees his son in every police officer's uniform, and he appreciates everything you have done. He wants to thank everyone that is here.
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
How are you?
Good. Thank you very much. And first of all, whole community is thankful to you to have you in a town hall meeting, first Mayor, and listening to us our concern. Then I would like to appreciate and thank you, PALS and young officers, which are day and night trying to keep NYPD, whole cities safe, and trying to bring community close to each other. Today, sir, I have a concern, and I would like to regarding a representation in a law enforcement. We've been seeing our officers, Pakistani community officers, they are working hard, but we are not seeing as much as their basically appearance in what I can say is they are not getting as much as promotions they're supposed to be. When we are going to see our new commanding officer?
We always have to increase our diversity.
But the mere fact that you have, get that brother in the back, his hands up. The mere fact that you are raising the concern of seeing officers from the community move up through the ranks,
Yes, sir.
that warmed my heart. Because years ago, you would not have seen the comfortability of community leaders stating that, listen, we want to see our officers move up through the ranks. And it has been part of my mission of making sure that we continue to diversify the hierarchy of the police department. You have the first chief in the intelligence division in the police department of Muslim descent, Pakistani. Never was thought of before, never. You're seeing more and more commanding officers to run precincts. You're seeing more and more go into prestigious assignments. And we're going to continue to push the envelope to do more, over and over again. That's our goal, and it's not enough. I'm the first to tell you it's not enough. I fought for years in the police department with 100 blacks in law enforcement who care and the chair of the Grand Council of Guardians. I fought for diversity throughout my entire career. And I'm going to continue to do that as the mayor of the city of New York. And we're going to continue to improve the numbers.
I am the president of PALS Society of America. No question left. My colleague already asked that, but I have little complaints. As you remember, Mr. Mayor, 2021, we had invited you to our culture show in which every year takes place in the end of November, and you were chief guest with us. At that time, you were president of Borough of Brooklyn, and we really appreciate your services to the community you delivered so far. But I have one complaint tonight. In 2023, as a president of PALS Society of America, we had sent one invitation to you to invite you to our culture as we, the culture event that every year we celebrate. But I did not get any response from your office, which is, I don't know what to say, but this is my complaint tonight to you. And at the same time, I would really offer my gratitude John, to all Khalid and all the, I don't remember all the names, Hoshal Khadat, that whatever job you're doing to the community, they really appreciate you and keep up the good job, good work. Thank you, appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Tonight, there are 8 events I'm missing. And when I see them on the street, they're going to say, Eric, I sent you an invite and you to make it. And when I tell them I'm at the Pakistani town hall, they're going to still call me names. One mayor, you know, 8.5 million people in this city. And you know what? I can't get everywhere. I went to the baseball game with my son yesterday, and he says, Dad, I'm surprised that you were able to take out these 2 hours to sit next to me. I would love to make every event in this city. Every night, there are 30, 40 events taking place. I'm normally in and out. I'll spend 15 minutes, and I'm off to the next one. And I don't know if you realize it or not, but if you take a peek at your clock, you'll realize I have not been here only 15 minutes. I've been hanging out with you for a little while. So I'll get there next year, brother. Next year, when you re-elect me, I'll be at that event.
You actually served with my grandfather. He was a fire marshal when you were in the NYPD. And I also want to give you a personal thank you because you stopped by my cousin's funeral and you spoke the family that passed at the fire in Brownsville this past year. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'm speaking on behalf of the Rockaway Islamic Center.
Allah says that we are a nation, we are built from nations and tribes so that we may know one another. I'm a black Muslim, but I'm here speaking on behalf of the South Asian community. So I have a 2-part question for you. The first one is, how will your administration support the inclusion of South Asian? Administration support the inclusion of South Asian history and its contributions in the NYC public school curriculum. That's one. We mentor a lot of young men. It's a multicultural neighborhood, and a lot of our young brothers, they know about our black history, but they don't know about their own history coming from the school district.
We put in place to talk about the South Asian. We put in place something called Hidden Voices. Okay. And it has focused on the South Asian, the AAPI community, on how we be inclusive in our education. You know, and so that's imperative to do. We're going to do what we have to do within the DOE, but also want to encourage you that nothing stops us from doing it outside the DOE.
Of course.
See you again. How are you?
Thank you.
So we have a 2-part question.
Yes.
First off, I want to thank you for everything that you've done for my community, or our community. So round of applause for Mr. Mayor once again. Thank you. And then, Mr. Mayor, I have a question about the NYPD exam. You know that the current cutoff age is 34. So we were wondering, candidates have the ability to be appointed until age 38. Is it possible to ask DCAS to increase the exam eligibility to age 38? So that way individuals between 34 and 38 don't miss the opportunity to take the exam?
You know, we had that question earlier today, and I agree. I think we should increase it. I'm 65. I still look good as hell. I still get So talk to the Commissioner Molina. He has the power. Is that doable?
It's in connection with the mandatory retirement age of the NYPD. It might be something we have to go to the State Civil Service Commission on. But I want to highlight that we've done a number of things, not only in the NYPD, but across a number of agencies, looking at minimum qualification requirements to make sure that what we're asking is someone's ability align with the actual job we want to do. And under this administration, the college credits for entry level into the police department are 24 credits now, because you get the additional credits you need for the minimum requirements through the academy training. That opened up the door for thousands of applicants to join the NYPD.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor. My name is Zamzam and I'm from Passport Platform. So first of all, I would like to say thanks for all of your services you have done so far. So I don't have any question. I just want to bring your attention for, I have three concerns, not only my concern, but concern of the people. First of all, the people who doesn't know how to speak English and they have a problem like forgetting the driving license. So there should be taken some steps like they can get the driving license in their language, especially in Urdu.
Yeah, so if you're finding that there is a corridor where this is a repeated problem, let DSNY know and they will come out there and do enforcement because people should pick up after they pass. I didn't understand the license part. You said have a license
Yeah, the driving license they can get in their language, the exam, driving exam. Like they want to put in their own language, Urdu or whatever language they want.
Okay, that's a state issue, you know. That's something you need to present to the senator or the
They're always doing the coverage for NYPD, for the mayor. We very appreciate it. Quickly, mayor got only 2 minutes, so I would like to call